Oh, welcome back to the Matrix. And into the Matrix you are. The Matrix. How's it feel, Neo? And today we got ourselves a banger daily market news analysis. What is up? What is up? How's everyone feeling out of 10? Let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure you guys are spamming that like button. And what we can see is Bitcoin has blasted all the way to $74,000. And we're on the weekly chart. What do we see? If you're near the 200 weekly, listen, I got news for you. That's a good buy. That's just all there is to it. Right now, the 200 weekly is at 58.7. Are we going to get below it? Maybe, but it doesn't matter. If you would have... What in the world? Thank you for the whale, you savage. I appreciate you.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah.
Scared the hell out of me. That whale did. But you love to see it. But check it out. If you are near the 200, it's a good buy. It just plain and simple is. Like, it's just so simple, so easy. People get way too cute at the bottom here. But here you go. Like, let's look at the times, the 200 moving average. In the 2015 bear market, we never went below other than a wick during 1 week, and then off to Neverland we go. In 2018, same thing. We were below for 2 weeks on a wick, and off to Neverland we go. In the 22 bear market, we were about 90 days below. That is it. But check it out. If you had just bought the 200 week moving average, and that's it, you didn't even DCA here. Let's say you were scared and you didn't want to DCA any of this. I get it. I understand. But check it out. First time, 22K. Let's say you bought over here, 23K. Let's say you didn't buy any of this. You bought again at 26K. You bought at 30K. You bought at 24K. You bought at 31K. You bought at 26K. Guess what? You averaged about a $26,000 Bitcoin. That's it. Like, we are violently bouncing off. We talked about this volume. We're violently bouncing off the 200 week. Yesterday was the full moon. I had concerns about this. I thought that there would be some sort of event that showed up plus or minus like a week or so. And we got it. We got it. The war in Iran. We'll see if there's ripple effects. We're still technically in that window. So I don't want to, like, it's just off to Neverland from here. But, like, man, that was a good buy. And I accumulated that. I've been accumulating 3% daily of my available capital for the last 8 days. So I got Bitcoin around 63, 64K, somewhere in there. I'm quite happy with that right now. We're probably going to visit this again. That's perfectly fine. But, like, hey, the value is there. Dr. Disrespect looking strong. Absolutely is. It 100% is. It's about to make a new all-time high. I've been accumulating that daily, weekly. I've been accumulating Solnic daily, weekly. I've been accumulating Bitcoin daily, weekly. I've been accumulating XRP, Ethereum daily, weekly. So listen, we thought that this was the spring in Wyckoff accumulation. We thought that this was the selling climax. We thought that this was the spring. In order to confirm this right here as the spring, we need to reclaim this range, 85K, and hold it by April, by the end of April. Okay, 64 days is what the history would show us. 64 days, okay? I think we're going to do it. Okay, now, do I think that we're just going to bust through this 200 week or the 5 hour 200 moving average right away? No, I don't. In fact, I think there's a decent chance we either get a fake breakout and a back test. Let me show you exactly what I think is going to happen from here. So here's the 200 moving average. This is a huge level. It's a big level on the weekly. It's a big level on the daily. It's a big level on the 5 hour. On every time frame, the 200 is the biggest level to honor and respect, okay? So this is starting to flatten out. So I could see something like this happening. Flatten out like that. Okay, let's just project the 200 here before we start moving upwards. Now, I see two possibilities from here that we've already like accumulated a lot at 60K. We started having crazy amounts of volume show up here. We started putting in higher highs and higher lows. This is another higher high. Excuse me. So I see two things happening. We could either A, get like a false breakout and then a back test of the 200 before going off and away. That would be super bullish if we were to do that. That's very possible. And either way, listen, let me tell you right now, either way, I don't care. I'm DCAing 3% daily, and I'm ramping up the DCA until we get into April. I am going to be 100% in the market. Or B, a false breakout, back testing into the 67 before off and away. That is very possible as well. And then C would be a rejection off of the 200 back into the 60s. And then off and away. Okay. This scenario, maybe we sweep the lows, we get the 59, 58, whatever. It doesn't matter. This is accumulation. This is the extreme value zone. This is the zone where people are getting way too cute. So I just outlined 3 scenarios. Take action accordingly. Can it go to 75 on the liquidity map is mostly 70K. Can Bitcoin go to 78K? Yeah, listen, there's a lot of liquidity up there. I just outlined exactly what I think is going to happen, how it's going to interact with this 200 moving average. Now, I think the highest probability is like a fake breakout to 75K and then a back test of like 67,000. I think that's the highest probability of what's going to happen. But any of the 3 scenarios, I don't care. I'm still doing the exact same thing. Like I started, you can see February 24th. I'm pushing the chips forward. I'm pushing the chips forward. Let me be clear. I have no interest in buying the wick dollar low. I want to be in the correct flavor like I was the last bear market where I averaged 22K Bitcoin and 33 cents XRP. I will be DCAing 1% daily until the 15th. After the 15th, if a big event hasn't happened, check it out. The war had not happened yet. The bombings had not happened yet when I made this post. I will be more aggressive. If a big event happens between now and then, I will be accelerating the DCA. So that's exactly what happened. We had the war strikes. People have a weird connotation with war. They think war is bad for Bitcoin and it's see you at 38K. We're going to a leg down. Here's the deal. Like the most fundamental thing possible. Check it out. Are you ready for this? I'm about to blow your mind. When the war machine keeps turning, and they're printing money from thin air, what do you think that does for Bitcoin, which is finite? Every single time a war kicks off, Bitcoin rallies. Why? Because they are buying the missiles, they are buying the bullets with money that does not exist. How high do you think Bitcoin can go this year? Bitcoin can make a new all-time high this year. Every yin, there's a yang. The market is about balance. Now, I think we'll probably come back to 67. I've been saying anything under $65,000 is extreme value. Okay? I don't know that 65 is the number anymore. I think it's probably closer to 69. Because this is a big deal that we put in this macro higher high here. On accumulation. Okay, so it's probably 69 at this point is extreme value. I think it's a decent chance we get back to 67. In fact, this is my base case. A fake breakout, back test of this whole range here. That's my base case of what I think is going to happen before we go off and away. But I do think and I've been saying this for months, I think by April, there's going to be a noticeable shift in energy. Check it out. People want price go up technology. Buy and hold, stop watching candles. That's sage advice. Okay? People want price go up technology. People do not give a shit about anything else but price go up technology. Let me give an example. Solana's main blockchain, the mainnet, in the last bear market went down 5 separate times. Why am I saying that? Because people did not give a shit at $300. All was forgiven at $300. People do not care about anything else other than price go up technology. And all this pain and despair that we felt for the last 4 or 5 months, guess what? All will be forgiven at a new all-time high. People want price go up technology. They don't care about anything else. Is it price go up technology or not, Ski? Relief rally, but it's coming down to the 40s. For the scheduled October bottom. Waiting for the dip for the scheduled October bottom. Hope so. I hope so. I don't think so, though. This is the last lunar eclipse. Yesterday was the last lunar eclipse until 2029. That is a massive, massive deal. Sold to 500. I think so. I'm not shitting on Sol. I like Solana. The point is, people want price go up technology, and it doesn't matter what your sins are as long as you make a new all-time high. If you make a new all-time high, all is forgiven. Because retail wants price go up technology. That's it. People get way too cute at the bottom. I'm telling you right now, people get way too cute at the bottom. I'm waiting for the scheduled October bottom. I'm not going to buy a penny until then. And that's exactly what they said here when they were waiting for 12K and it never came. That's exactly what they said here when they were waiting for 10K and it never came. Guess what, guys? Ski's going camping next week. The ski camping indicator is back, baby. If you've been following me long enough, you know every time I go camping, the market goes crazy. The ski camping indicator. That's all you need to know. Obviously, that's a joke. But it does happen. It's happened in the past. All right, check it out. I've said all along, I do not think that this cycle around, new lows next month. I hope so, Trey. Hope so. I highly doubt it, though. Every yin, there is a yang. Let's go back to, is it bullish or a bear market? I think that the spring is already in. That is what I've been saying for months. I think that this is the spring right here. Confirmation will be a reclaim of 85K and hold. Wyckoff accumulation spring. It hasn't been confirmed yet. By the way, I fixed this so that we don't get these pop-ups anymore. You have a selling climax, secondary test in phase B, and a spring. Now, let me go back here and show you. Last cycle, this was the spring. Ethereum bottomed over here. Most of the altcoins bottomed over here. Bitcoin put in a spring. FTX went to 0 on the lunar eclipse in the 7th year. The blood moon. Okay? Now, here's what happened, though, that I was really open-minded to. This was the technical spring right here. FTX going to 0. We actually wicked lower 2 weeks later. Okay? The lowest we got right here was $15,600. 2 weeks later, there was no event. Nothing happened. And we went to 15,474. That was a liquidity sweep, and that was it. No event took place. We swept the lows. I was open-minded to that happening, but I was saying that I think that the February, I think it was the 5th. I don't even know. Let me see exactly. I think it was the 5th. Yeah. The second week. Let me go on the daily. What day was this? February 6th. So I think that this was our spring, and I was open-minded to us sweeping the lows. I think that Ethereum has bottomed. I think there's a 90% chance Ethereum has bottomed. Now, go back to someone asked me something that I thought was interesting. I don't remember where it's at, but I was talking about balance. The market is all about balance. Yin yang. Check it out. When you have 5 months of down and death and pain and destruction, guess what you have 5 months? Sooner or later, there will be 5 months of this. Okay? Uh, 200-week SMA. That's a huge deal. Huge, massive. You buy around the 200-week SMA, guess what? You're buying a great price. You're buying a great price. That's it. That's all there is to it. If you're buying around the 200 SMA, you're buying a great price, period. Look at how violently we're bouncing off of this. Look at how violently Bitcoin's bouncing. Look at the volume that's showing up. Volume speaks volumes. When you have volume, it tells you something is happening. $90K, then $40K. Maybe. Ski Silver's going to 200 in 2028. I believe you. Let's look at silver. I'm telling you now, friends. I'm telling you now. I don't own any more silver. I stacked silver. I bought silver for 8 years. I don't own an ounce of silver. And I have no interest in buying back until it gets into the $50. Let's look at silver. You guys think that this is a game? Check it out. Silver does not give you this nice, beautiful distribution. Silver behaves like a meme coin. Look at that. Let's look. Damn. I need some water. Look at this. Parabolic rise. Pen top. That was it. When the 20 crossed the 50, the red crosses the yellow. Good night, Charlene. That was it. It was even worse in 1979. You guys are playing games with silver. I sold some at 78 and I sold the rest at 107. When the 20 crossed the 50, death follows. Let's show you where we're at on silver. Like, what in the world makes you think going from $121 to $62 in a week is healthy and good? This is not a meme coin. 20 has crossed the 50. If we lose the 50, it is death. We have already retraced. If you want to tell me like the most bullish outcome, you have a dead cat bounce to the retrace. Okay, check it out. We've already retraced. Silver did the same thing over here. You had a big liquidation, bounce to the 702, come up, come back to the 50, chop, 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 and then that's it. I sold 100% of my silver. I own zero silver. Look on the weekly chart and play games if you want to. MACD cross. Bearish divergence. Look on the monthly chart. The hottest we have been since 1979. And we're about to cross to the downside. Let's see what happened the last time we crossed to the downside. Okay, you see, let me zoom in and show you what I'm talking about here. We got all the way to 93 on the monthly RSI. Hotter than any point since 1979. 50 years. Silver is the most overbought it's been in 50 years. And then what happens? It starts sloping back to the downside. It's about to cross. You can see the purple is about to cross the yellow. Let's see what happens when that happens. Purple crosses the yellow. That's it. Purple crosses the yellow after being extremely oversold. That is it. Good night. It's not like it's in a silver's not in a 4-year cycle. All right. You buy the top here. You're waiting 11,595 days. I love silver. Do not play games with this. It shows you how it behaves. It goes violently to the upside, pin top, blow off top, and then that's it. Accumulation for years. Okay, guess what? Paper contracts is moving the market. When paper contract stops moving the market, let me know. Until then, this thing is going to $50. Like, in what world is going from $121 to $62 in 8 days healthy? And you think that that's good? Bitcoin, it took Bitcoin from October until February to do the same thing. Play games. I have spoke my piece. I have sold 100% of my silver. I sold at about the average price of $95. I sold some at $78, aka the 1618 Fibonacci extension, and I sold some at $107, aka the 2618 Fibonacci extension. Guess what happened? It got rejected there. I love silver. It's my favorite asset to buy. I am not touching it until it gets into the 50s. Period. Do you think Bitcoin can drop to 60K? It's possible. This is my plan. I don't care what Bitcoin goes to be honest with you, Nick. I'm telling you what my plan is. And I said this a week ago. 8 days ago, I said I'm pushing the chips forward. February 24th, 2026, before the war popped off. This happened, I tweeted this before the war popped off. 1% daily. Guess what? I got the 1% from selling silver. Until the 15th. AKA after we're out of the blood moon window, which was yesterday. After the 15th, if a big event hasn't happened, I will be aggressively accumulating more. If a big event happens between now and then, I will accelerate DCA. So guess what I did? I said I'm accelerating DCA. $3 daily now. I don't care if it goes to 60K. I don't care if it goes to 75K. I'm DCAing 3% until April 1st. And I will be ramping it up after the 15th. Even more. Where is it at? Here we go. Retail. World War III has officially started. Next leg down. See you at 38K. Someone said that in the comments today. Meanwhile, markets. On a serious note, I am ramping up DCA to 3% daily. March 2nd. Can XRP go to 1,000? Not in the way you think of it. Not in the way we think of $1,000. Thoughts on where Bitcoin's going next? I see three possibilities here. This is a big deal on the macro scale, okay? We've crossed green on the MACD. First time in a long time that that's happened. We're picking up momentum on the 5-hour chart. On the daily chart, we're picking up momentum. On the 3-day chart, we have crossed green on the MACD, crossed to the upside. First time since over here in April. 5-day chart, losing bearish momentum. We're about to cross on the 5-day chart. Let me zoom in and show you. Look at this. It's probably going to be March 15th. We're probably going to cross green on the MACD. We briefly crossed here, but like before that, again, it was April. Before that, it was September before we took off. Weekly, losing momentum, bouncing off the 200. Big things are happening here on the macro for Bitcoin. People get too cute at the bottom. They wait for the day that never comes. And check it out. If you buy near the 200, it's a good buy, period. If you can buy near this dark blue line, that's a good buy. All of the history of Bitcoin shows you this. The whole entire 15 years. If you bought near the 200, you're killing it. 2015, it never went below it. 2018, never went below it. 2022, we went below for 90 days. Let's just say you didn't buy any of this. You were scared. 22K, 24K, 23K, 26K, 30K, 26K, 31K, 27K, 29K. Are you happy with the $26,000 Bitcoin average price right now? Let me know. Check it out. We're violently bouncing off of it. All right, so where do I think it's going next? Now, short term. Until it doesn't. Short term. The 5-hour chart. We're testing the 200 right now. This is a big level. I expect us to get rejected in some form or another and backtest the prior range. That is my base case. But this green weekly is a tiny compared to the 150 days down. Okay, and I just showed you the last 15 years, bro. What is 150 days compared to 15 years? Here's what I think is going to happen. Here's my base case. I'll give you the 3 scenarios that I think, and I'll tell you what I think is the highest probability. This 200 is too... Now, there's two schools of thoughts. The market is about balance. We've been on a downtrend since October. So every yen you have, there is a yang. Okay? So you could say that we've been so oversold for so long that we're going to blast through this 200. I don't think that that's going to happen, though. I think that the 200 is too... Typically, when you clear the 200, you want to see the posture kind of flatten like this. When you see the posture like over here, you can typically clear it. Typically, it takes a couple of tries before you can clear it. Not always, but typically that's how it goes. What I think is going to happen is we're going to get it like a fake breakup, maybe to 75K. We're going to back test into 67,000, and then we're going to go off and away. That's what I think is going to happen. That's my base case. That's, to me, the highest probability. The most bullish thing could happen would be 75K, back test of the 200, off and away. The most bearish would be rejection here, back to 60. Maybe you sweep this low, whatever, off and away. That's the three scenarios. I think the highest probability is up to 75, back to 67. Someone said you're 4'4". Is that true? Yes, that is true. $58.62. I have limit orders at $58,000 and $62,000. I hope they get filled. I hope they get filled. I have limit orders right now at 58,000 and 62. I think that that's on the board. I don't think it's, especially because of this higher high, I don't think it's likely anymore. I was giving it a 50-50 before we made this higher high. I give it about a 30% chance of getting filled at this point. I hope it does. I don't think we're going below 65. It's possible. It doesn't matter if we do. Even if we sweep the lows, that's perfectly normal. Bitcoin did this in 2022. Again, I say to you, FTX was the spring in Wyckoff. Selling climax was Luna going to zero. The spring was FTX. Spring selling climax is the climax of selling. This is where most of the market bottomed, was right here. Spring goes lower than the climax. Textbook. Check it out. This was the event. FTX went to zero right here. That was not the bottom. That was not the lowest price that we went. 2 weeks later, we swept the lows, $200 lower. No event took place here. Nothing happened. We just swept the lows. You can see it's $200 lower than where we were right here. This was the FTX going to zero. This was the event. We swept the lows, and then that was it. It was an uptrend from then on out. I'm open-minded to something like that happening. I thought it was higher probability earlier. Now that we made a higher high, I think it's less probability that we do that. But it still could happen. We could be doing something like this right here. You get kind of a dead cat bounce. Something, sure. Like you want to say that this is where we're at, like sure. But I think we already did that though. I think we're more likely in here. There's no reason to go below 65K. There's no reason we went to 65K in the first place. My targets for Link are $20, $38, $78, $178. Big things coming for Dr. Dis. 100%. I've been buying every day, every week. I love scenario 2. 75, back test to 200, then off to the races. That would be awesome. I think it's super probable. I don't care. The point is that I don't care. I'm buying 3% of my available capital daily. Until April 1st. That's when I will be out of capital to DCA. Where do you put your limit orders, BitUnex? Yeah, you can put them on Coinbase. Limit orders work anywhere. Can you show how you trade daily? I live stream my trades in the Telegram group. 70K is the gap to be tested. That would be beautiful. I would love to see the 200 round out here. Because it's a little like, we're seeing it round out. Like when you look over here, it's almost sloping straight down. And you kind of see this. Like, let's show you kind of how it behaved with the 100 here. So this light blue, same thing. Like the 100 and the 200 are the biggest levels. And you see this a lot on every time frame, by the way. So the 100 is sloping really far down. Like the angle, it's very steep. You know what I'm saying? When you come up and meet it, it starts to flatten, but it gets rejected and it puts in a higher low. Comes up, rejection again, higher low again, break above it, higher high, back test of it, and then boom, now we're testing the 200. I think we could easily do the exact same dance. What is the dance? We're here. Impulse to the 200. Rejection back, higher low. The 100 is now sloping up. The 50 is sloping up. The 20 is vertical. That means that these are going to be support in addition to the structural support. Okay? So higher low, I could see the exact same dance happening. Let me pull a fractal. Let's do it like that. Boom. Just like that. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. Something just like that. Where this flattens out. The first time's a little too steep. You get rejected. You come back. Back test it. Come up. Rejection off of it. So like it would flatten out at this point. It would be up here at the 71K. Rejection off of it. Break above it. Back test it as support. And then off and away you go. That's super common. Like how it behaved with the 100, you see that again and again and again and again. That's really common where you come up to it, violently impulse to it, rejection off of it because it's not ready just yet. It's too sloped down. It's too sloped down. It needs to flatten out. Rejection, you come up, rejection off of it again. Higher low, breakout, back test, impulse to the next level. Something like that is super common. I think that this is my base case in some form or fashion, depending on where we go. Maybe we go to like, you want to say we go to the 75. This would be super. This is the bull case right here, right? Like Metal was saying. We come up to 75 here. We get a false breakout. Come back. Hang out. Chop. Flatten this out. Round it up, and then off and away you go, and you're in the uptrend after that. Too much support. Yeah, and we've been super oversold. I don't care. Like either way, I'm buying 3% daily. Like no matter what happens. I've been doing this since the 24th. The 24th of February. I said I'm pushing the chips forward. I'm DCAing daily. If a big event happens, I will accelerate the DCA. Guess what? We got the war. The war kicked off and I accelerated it to 3%. There you go. I'm officially ramping up DCA to 3% until the 15th. No matter if it's the bull case, the bear case, I don't care. If it's the squirrel case, I'm DCAing 3% daily. This is the extreme value zone where we get too cute for our own good. If you're near the 200-week moving average, it's extreme value, period. And you get too cute when you start waiting for the scheduled October bottom. See me gap at 80K. I think that we're going to get that for sure. Like the next thing is reclaiming this level up here. This would confirm it as a spring. I've been saying that for a month. Ski, can we take a look at VeChain? Yeah, I think VeChain's a good buy here. Thoughts on Ondo? I don't mind Ondo. It's not like I don't own any Ondo, but like I feel the opposite of Ondo that I felt in 2024 and 2025. I was never in on Ondo through any of that. But I think that it's a good value if you're into Ondo. It's a little bit too much inflation for me personally, but there's less inflation than there was in 2025. And I think it's definitely an accumulation zone for sure. Like, I think it could easily 3 to 5x. XRP is about to experience a major shift. Maybe. Probably. I've been buying XRP too. I bought the average price of $1.20. Rebuy. My last one was 33 cents. Check out September 2024 reverse. Don't you think similar? Sure. I'm here for it. My thing is like, I don't care. I think so. Like, you got an argument for sure, because like when we look on the 5-day, we're about to cross to the upside on the RSI. We have actually, it hasn't been confirmed. The momentum on the MACD is slowing. And it's about to flip bullish. If we get a full flip, like look how oversold this is on the MACD. On the Pro, it's never been this low. It's never been this low. Okay, so let's look at September of 24. Same thing. Like you're deep in red for a long period of time, and then you flip bullish. September on the MACD 5-day, off to Neverland you go. I'm here for it. I think that's super probable. I've been saying for months, I think by April there will be a noticeable shift difference. And I said in February that I am pushing the chips forward. So whether we get I don't care. Like whether we get a bull flag, a bear flag, a squirrel flag, a crab flag, a gay flag, I don't care. I'm pushing the chips forward. That's it. Dr. Dis has 100x potential, 100%. Solnik and Dr. Dis are my 100x plays. Yeah, bro, it's the best buy now, holding long. I bought XRP in the last bear market at 33 cents average price. Well, I bought that for like years, more than one bear market. And I sold at $3.33 publicly. January 25th, 2025. I sold XRP and bought land. I have recently started buying back again. Boss is silver done. Listen, on my mama, on my hood, I have sold 100% of silver. If you are lucky, we're going to get a retrace to $100. We might have already gotten it. Listen, I cannot, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to FUD. Silver is my favorite asset in the world. This looks like death, bro. I'm not trying to be funny. We already did a full retrace to the 0.5. We got all the way up to $96. That might have been it. That's what it did over here. We got a retrace in 2011. Where is it? Here we go. So same thing. You just rock it. Like people, I don't know what the deal is, and like the narratives just show up at the top like they always do, but it's paper. It's paper, Ski. There's so much fundamental reasons to buy silver, and Santa Claus is using silver for the sleigh. I don't care. This chart looks like death. Silver's my favorite thing to buy. All right? I sold 100% of my silver. I've been buying silver for 8 years. I've been buying it for a long time, every single week, like a faithful servant. 7 trillion left silver, January 30th. Where did the money go? I think similar, like if you want to put it in a microcosm of like what I did, it's probably the same thing. It's probably cash ready to go, ready to deploy. Right? That's what I did. I had cash ready to deploy. I deployed my cash. I've been deploying my cash. Okay, so let's go back to silver here. So you had this huge liquidation in 2021, or 2011, excuse me, from 49 all the way down to $32. You have a dead cat bounce to the 702. That's about $102. Maybe we get that. Maybe. But, bruh, like, man, that to me is best case scenario. Like, silver shows us how it behaves at the top. It doesn't give us this nice, beautiful distribution. And it's not like silver's a new commodity. It's been around for 1,000 years. Every time, though, rocking and rolling, death. That's it. And then you got 50 years to stack your bags. So, this one didn't even give you a dead cat bounce. Like, went to $48, down to $10. We didn't even get a retrace. It's just death from there. So, listen, I'm not trying to FUD you. I'm telling you, silver's my favorite asset. I have zero interest in buying silver until we're back in the 50s. And I think there's a good chance we go to the 30s. I'll start DCAing again in the high 50s, though. That's my plan with silver. Like, I would not play games with it. We're crossing on the MACD right here. Okay, let's see the last top. When you cross on the 5-day MACD, guess what? That's it. See you later. Good night. Cross on the 5-day MACD. Guess what? That's it. See you later. Good night. How about the monthly chart? Look at the RSI. Silver is as hot as it's been since 1979. It's never been this overbought in 50 years. Listen, I hope I'm wrong. I love silver. I don't think it's the play. Now, I do think what I think is going to happen with silver, I think that silver comes back. I don't think it's going to be a 50-year accumulation. We're about to cross on the RSI. Let me finish this thought, and I'm going to come to this, though. We're about to cross down on the RSI here. Last time it did that, that's it. Last time you did that, that's it. This is red hot. Like, it's hard to articulate how hot this is. And then if you think about it so silver goes from 121 to 62 in a week. Right? That's not normal. Like, think about how pissed we were that Bitcoin, instead of say 126, let's call it 121. Let's say Bitcoin went to 121,000. And then it goes to, instead of 59.99, let's say it goes to 62K. Let's just scrunch it just a little bit. Okay? From 121,000 to 62,000 in a week. It took Bitcoin from October to do the same move. Why is silver behaving worse than Bitcoin? That's crazy. What about the Russell? The Russell is, I think that we're going to see rotation. Like, everything that I've been talking about is annoying because it's so macro in advance. But we're testing the 100. We've bounced violently off of the 100 here. We want to see a higher high here. We want to see 268 being taken out in April. And then we could reclaim the same. You could say that this is the same back test right here, though. But yeah, I think we're going to see rotation. Thoughts on alts? Will Watson says we're cooked and in a bear is here. I know Will was like low-key the first one to call it out, honestly. I think he did it on the 28th, maybe. Here you go. So he tagged me. He says, Ski, you think your news indicator, because he knows I do the trade the news you will lose, will reign true again this time. Adding a new World War III, War in Iran headline. Local bottom. He did this like on the day. So yeah, I think that I said he's intuition. Intuition you have. Trust gut you must. If we have rotation, doesn't that support the Bitcoin backtest for bear theory? Ski rug silver. I think that the spring is in. That's what I think. Spring is here. I think we're going to... My thoughts on Bitcoin are... My base case is we're going to go probably to maybe 75, whatever. 72, 75, 74, whatever. We already went to 74. Something like this. This is what I think Bitcoin's going to do. Whether you think it's like here or here or here, like whatever. This is what I think Bitcoin's going to do. What are you buying right now? 50% of my DCA is Bitcoin. I'm also buying XRP. I'm buying Ethereum. I'm buying Link, VeChain. I'm buying Flux. I'm buying Solnic, Dis. 50% is into 50% is into Bitcoin. The web says if we get a gay flag, the bottom is for sure in. You hate to see it. All right, guys. The month of February wrapped up. We had 19 winning days, 3 losing days. We gross profited 72 grand. We lost 25 grand. We net profited $46,000 in February. And for the month of March so far, we have 3 winning days. And I think we're up like, what is that? 7 grand, 8 grand, 9 grand, 9 grand. We're up 9 grand in March so far. If you guys want lifetime access to that, where I do live trading, I put out my calls, I put out my sells. I'm live trading. It's not supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be entertaining. I'm calling out what I'm seeing, with take profits, stop losses, all that. If you guys want lifetime access to that, you guys can hit me in the DMs. If you're in the Telegram, say what's up and say your honest opinion. Siri, go away. Stop it, Siri. Say your honest opinion of the value that we're bringing. Is it worth $88? That's the sale right now. I missed the comment on alt season. Will Watson comments. Do you mind repeating? Yeah, I like Will Watson. I don't know his opinions on alt season or anything like that. I think he's bullish right now. He was the first one to call out my indicator. that I like to use. Show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. Trade the news and you'll lose. He called this out as the bombs were being dropped. I have no idea what his thoughts are, but from what I've seen from him, he's bullish right now. All right, guys. That's going to be it for this time. TikTok's been nerfing my videos again, so whatever you do, don't leave the app and don't follow me every single place imaginable. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I will never message you first. Those are scammers. For the love of God, do not get scammed. If you want lifetime access to the Telegram, you can hit me in the DMs. If you want to book a call with me, consultation, portfolio review, one-on-one coaching, that also comes with the Telegram. You can book me on my Calendly. You don't need to send me a DM for that. But that's going to be it for this time. I'll be live tomorrow. We're pushing out lots of content. I'll probably be live every day until I go camping. I'll be gone from the 9th through the 13th. I plan to upload videos. I don't know what the Wi-Fi situation is, but we'll see. So maybe I'm live through the 9th through the 13th. Maybe I'm not. But you know the ski camping indicator. Why do you wire wired headphones, not Bluetooth? Because they're turning the frickin' frogs gay. Do you understand? Do you understand? They're turning the frickin' frogs gay. That's why. All right, guys. That's going to be it for this time. Peace, love, prosperity. God first. God bless. I'm out.